Good evening, all. Okay. So, amidst all these waves, lockdown, vaccination, and staying in house for almost 2 years, it's really happy to see a bunch of people over here. I cordially invite you all on behalf of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology. I welcome Mr. D. Gokul sir, our chief guest, Honorary Regional Secretary, Chennai Regional Center, and a second chief guest, Dr. S. Satish sir, head of the Department of Chemical Engineering, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, and Dr. Anam Ranita ma'am, and Dr. Prabhu sir, and all other staffs of the Chemical Engineering Department. And finally, I welcome all our participants from various colleges and organizations who have registered to this Aspen, its fundamental and applications, a 5-day virtual workshop that is organized by IACHE Satyabama Student Chapter and Ursago Solutions. I'm sure that this workshop is going to enhance your knowledge and will be giving you a great time for the next 5 days. Once again, I welcome you all. Now I request Mr. D. Gokul sir, Honorary Regional Secretary, Chennai Regional Center, who has more than 12 years of experience at various levels in quality, project, research and development area at Satish Dhawan Space Center, ISRO and Carborundum Universal Limited and Murugappa Group, who has been certified and won n number of awards, Guinness World Record, Asian Book of Record, Young Scientist Merit Award for his outstanding innovative initiations in space research ISRO. Welcome, sir. I would like you to address all the participants over here.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, very good evening to our present all. It's an pleasure to be here. I think the most important your HOD, who's Dr. Satish sir, has also been there, and also Professor Renita ma'am is also there. So it's an humble made. I think after this COVID, we have been turned up in the various direction, and the world has become so digitalization, and now I think the Aspen has also become a digitalization to learn from this workshop. Definitely, I think it's a very important step taken by the student chapters of Satyabama. And I'm also proud that being an honorary secretary of Indians of Chemical and Chennai Regional Center, they are under mentoring under IACT CRC. So these kinds of workshop, I think last 2 years, I think none of the chapters taken up. First and foremost, it's like my hearty congratulations and wishes for all of you that you people have taken the important step, and today we are all going to be in the workshop for the inaugural. And also I thank that you have been invited me as the guest for this today event. Definitely I think there are various participants who have been joined here, and they have been going to give up their own thoughts, which where other students also going to be learned from this. The important scenario of the IICHE, if I try to say, I think the student of chemical engineering may not be seen the student's life of the college past 2 years, but definitely I think the virtual life has been given so many the advantage of sitting in your home, and you can learn many undesirable thoughts, and also you can able to create various the solution. They're very important, I think, but whatever you people not to be in the classroom and sit in the digital world, it cannot give a much experience to what you can really feel about chemical engineering. Chemical engineering is the only subject, I think, we have almost have something around more than 30 to 35 papers as a practical, and we have a mathematics still the semester where we learned, I think, still 6 semester we learned. Now it might be reduced. These all, I think, are the very important. I think you need to feel it, touch and feel. That's what, when you try to go, it's not a software we are going to deal with a computer and sit in our home. We are going to put up in the production mode or as a safety engineer, production engineer, or like many possible simulation engineer. But the very important aspect, what you are going to see the next world is the digitalization. The industry 4.0 is already taken into the picture. I think the COVID has given the way of a new normal life. And the IACHE and the Ushago Solutions, also the student chapters of Satyabama, has taken a very warmful initiation in bringing this workshop. The Aspen, I think it's a word I think we have been seeing it past 2 decade or 3 decade. But still, if you try to see this, like the whatever we try to do, operate a small data with the pressure and temperature, I think it cannot be like correlated with the biggest plant. How you are going to create a very big plant like a Jamnagar? If you try to go to Google and see how the Reliance has developed a big plant of Jamnagar, which is one of the Asia's biggest refinery, or else you can try to see a small like the CPCL, which is there in Chennai, or Indian Oil Corporation. It is a big plant. It cannot be easily like made up in an overnight day, and you need to do so many like permutation combinations in taking all this pressure, time data, and temperature data, and various kinds of thermodynamic property. All these things, I think you need to put it into the software and you need to analyze it. That's what we are going to look into the software like Aspen, or even I think we have ISIS, we have a ChemCAD, so many softwares are there. But Aspen is always having its own priority for all the refinery. And you people, I think, going to learn it for the coming 5 days. I think put your effort. It is not that like definitely, I think the you cannot able to learn the software by the 5 days workshop, but this is an initiation because the COVID, I think, from the last 2020 March till today, I think there is a prediction the third wave is also going to initiate in Tamil Nadu or other part of the country in the coming month. But again, this whole year is going to be in the virtual mode. You might would have got so many webinar certificate. You might be produced in your CV, but definitely any HR who is going to see your CV, they are not going to accept your webinar because webinar is started flowing everywhere, and each and every people might not be having lesser than 20 or 30 or 50 or under certificate. Everybody will be having, I have attended this webinar, I have attended this webinar, I have got the certificate. So many certificates when you produce, the HR are very clever and they will try to say that these certificates, even I got it more than you got. And what really you learn from that, they might be questioning you. That becomes like again a question mark. So this workshop continuously you are going to engage and you are going to learn how your Aspen is going to function up, how you are going to fit your data of temperature, pressure, or thermodynamic, or whatever you learned in your chemical engineering subject. If you are understanding the subject and try to go inside, get into some projects as a small project, or try to understand yourself how you could able to develop a simulations model, and that will able to create something a new area for your career, as well as when you go and address any interview after you are a graduate from your college, that will make a good pleasure, and that will give an open up gear up for the companies to take you up also. They may ask you like what is like a van der Waals equation. I think you people 2 years, I think you're not gone to college, and van der Waals equation still you study and still you apply in your thermodynamics properties into the Aspen, you will have a very good clear picture. So try to like get a lots of notes, and before getting into the like for example like the Aspen workshop, you try to go and see what is that Aspen, what they deal about it, what is the applications, how many like you can able to put a query to your the speaker who is going to the tutor who is going to teach you tomorrow, so that it can make you as like a good an interaction session, and you can able to create some kind of a model or some kind of a projects, and that will enable you to create a new mini projects, and that will give you a good amount of opening when you get inside any kind of a design company. Otherwise, same way, it's going to be a very big, like a tight job market is going to happen in coming days. It's not so easy. And only the people who's having a very good skill sets, they will be taken into the any company. And you might be seen about a month ago, TCS and CTS, everybody say that there is a slashing of 3 lakh job is going to come down because automation is already started. And they said when automation is started, I think we people doesn't have job. But don't worry about chemical engineering industry. Chemical engineering industry is always fly with so many job opportunities, but they want a right skill sets people. It is not I got like 90 percentage, I have something around 100 certificate, you give me the job, nobody is going to entertain that. They will testify you even in the digital market, even in the webinar, even in the online interview. They know how to judge you. They know that what kind of skill sets they wanted. Are you ready to take it up? So it's a great opportunity. And by the 5 days, I think you cannot learn much bigger than Aspen. But there are so many like options you have, like like a lots of courses might be there. Maybe your organizers at the end of the workshops, they may like derive you because 5 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours you cannot learn the biggest version of Aspen. But at least you should go for 60 hours or 40 hours something, so that you can able to get inside a large variety, and you can able to put some models, and you can derive that, and that will be helpful for you also. And as a part of IACHE, we are so delighted that Satyabama has taken an initiative, and they do lots of contributions for student community. And this is also one of the an kudos for they put up in the umbrella for the chapter. And definitely, I think they are bringing lots of effort to the students. And it's my very heartiest congratulations again to the vice chancellor and pro vice chancellor and the dean and the HOD and also the professor and the student volunteer. I can see that almost like a month they were continuously working up, bringing the students and assembling up. And today they could able to fill out it. And definitely try to learn, try to become a good skill set people. And that is what the world market is looking forward. And before coming to class, whatever the first day classes they given, try to go and remodulate. You have digital things in your phone, like a mobile phone. Put it in the Google and check it up, and come next day and try to ask them a query, so that it will become so clarified. And you can also you can also get a fruitful thought from that. So be because the design companies are enormous. And I think four or five big refineries are going to come in Chennai or in Tamil Nadu, one in Thuthukudi. Biggest IOCL, the plant is going to be start in Nagapattinam, and one more is going to come in Kadalur. And it's go all. You think after 4 5 years they're going to erect it, and now you have started developing your own career set and get the experience of 2 years. I think you people are going to be in the refinery, and you people are going to operate that. But for that, develop yourself and engage yourself, and try to see that what best you can do that. And definitely I think you people have lots of an opportunity, but you people have to fulfill that opportunity by developing your skill sets. So with that, I thank all the management as well as the student coordinators who could able to bring out this colorful workshop. And let us see on the conclusion day what makes you to change from day to, like maybe day 0 is today, and day 5 when we see what kind of abundant knowledge you got it. And that also can be able to make us some kind of a paper, and you can even publicize in small conferences, so that it will become like a good virtual knowledge what you got it, and convert to a paper, and that paper will become an added advantage in your CV. So I wishing you all the best, and thanks for me inviting this workshop inaugural, and also to the HODs. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, sir. Thank you for your informative speech. Now I request Dr. S. Satish sir, Head of the Department of Chemical Engineering, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, who has 7 years of industrial experience and has worked in various fields of operation and safety in Manali Petrochemicals Limited, and he is a certified boiler operator engineer. And he's here in this teaching field for more than 10 years, who has won many awards for his best papers presented at international conferences, RACE 2017, SPICE 2019, and is currently guiding scholars in their active research in the area of wastewater treatment and management. Thanks a lot, sir, for coming here in spite of your busy schedule, and I request you to address the students.
Good evening to one and all present here. Department of Chemical Engineering, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology. I warmly welcome Gokul sir, General Secretary, faculty members, trainers, and my dear students. Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology Students Chapter. Today we are successfully completed 6 years. So the Students Chapter was inaugurated in August 1 in 2015. Today it's completed 6 years. So in this auspicious day, so we are conducting one event. So the primary activities of our Students Chapter is conducting the seminar, a spectrum of technical activities through seminars, workshops, conferences, and the memorial lectures with the great support of Gokul sir and our IACHE coordinator, Dr. A. Annam Renitaman. Now, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, in association with IICHE Students Chapter, organized a 5 days workshop, virtual workshop on Aspen Plus. Already we have conducted this Aspen Plus in the year 2019. For this great demand, we are conducted second time for the benefit of this upcoming engineers and budding chemical engineers. Aspen Plus is used as a modeling tool to monitor the process parameters in industries and also optimize the parameters for the researchers and to design. This Aspen Plus is used for every one of the chemical engineers. These workshops, 5 days workshops, will teach one how to model the unit operations. I hope that everyone should get the knowledge at the end of the fifth day. As Gokul sir pointed out, it should not be a ordinary webinar series. You should be engaged in the webinar series. You have to actively participate in the 5 days workshop and get the thorough knowledge, basic knowledge, how to use this Aspen Plus in your career. It will be benefited for the students community. I hear that the participants are from industries and also working professionals are there, and they can be used in the R&D activities and the plant design and operations. At the end of this workshop, everyone should be able to set up a simulation, run it, and obtain the optimized results. This course is highly recommended for the students community who can select their career in the field of simulation and also modeling in the softwares. So all the best to all the students and the trainers for the great successful. We will meet on the day 6, that is on the validatory function we can meet. That time you have to say your valuable feedbacks that you will get a better knowledge than this day. Thank you, Gokul sir.
Thank you so much, sir. This speech has been so much informative. It is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks for the inaugural ceremony of Aspen, its fundamental and applications. On behalf of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, I express my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. D. Gokul sir for presiding over this inauguration event and for addressing all our participants with your valuable speech. Thank you, sir, for making time for us in spite of your busy schedule. And I also thank Dr. S. Satish sir for your presence today and for helping us throughout the process of organizing the event. Thanks a lot, sir. I would also like to thank the organizing team for making this inauguration meet success. Thank you guys for the cooperation and dedication. Finally, I extend my gratitude to all the participants for your cooperation and for the decorum maintained. Expecting all your presence and active participation in the upcoming days of the workshop. Before you leave the meeting, kindly make sure to join the WhatsApp group through the link sent in chat box. Thank you.
Participants, any doubt, you can ask it in the chat box and kindly join the link. And this is the wrap of the inauguration session. We thank all the participants and all of you for joining this. Thank you. Guys, can everyone switch on your video so that we can take a screenshot? Everyone? Thank you. We can leave the meeting.
Okay, Rashika, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming in.